The world champs going head-to-head. We have it here in the semifinals. Carissa versus Stephanie Gilmore. Who's going to end up on top?
Well, I think it's a tantalizing matchup, and we'll break it down. If we hark back to a couple of days ago, first of all, we'll get this replay. Here's Carissa's opening wave. It's a solid-looking wave too, and a medium wave, but she likes to get going early. And Joe, this last manoeuvre here, lay back, and she gets yet another one in. So nice 6-5 there. It's a solid start. But if we hark back to the other day, you need such tenacity to even get to the #1 playoff. And then it comes down to, as we see, Carissa again.
Carissa setting up her first turn. Beautiful frontside carve. Already has a 6-5. Carves through the open face. That end section's wild, so she's out the back. Two-turn combination to back up the 6.5.
You're thinking like you don't want to injure yourself, so I think she just took a minor retreat there, as we see Steph Gilmore.
First wave for Gilmore, snap through the whitewater. Setting up her second turn, big swooping cutback. And she'll slip off her tail pad. So a little stumble on her opening ride.
It's an amazing looking wave, and she gets a nice little foam climb there. She comes around this section. Here's a nice little carve. She brings it right around off the whitewater, and look, it's all looking pretty solid there. A bit of a fluffy whitewatery section to deal with. And what does happen here, Joe? It looks like she does. Her foot slips completely off the pad.
And that could be a little bit awkward to fall doing the splits right when you think you're about to do another big frontside carve. So I'll catch up with this section now further down the line with Stephanie Gilmore on the windup. Quick wrap. Now she's generating some speed. Sets up the carve nice and early on the second effort. And she'll have to straighten out on the end section. Laura Hanover, longtime CT standout and good friend of Steph Gilmore's. Laura, how's the headspace of Steph into this heat? Driving down the line is Steph Gilmore. Nice first turn to start. Wrapping cut back quickly. Wave is moving so fast down the line and just ripped a couple of big turns. 3-5 start to a 4-5-7.
This wave coming now for Steph Gilmore, Joe.
This is opening up the door for Gilmore. Big wall stretching out in front. Steph sets up her first turn. She's hoping for more on the inside track and not much on offer. As we have an exciting finals day, member Griffin Jordy coming up next. It'll be interesting. We'll have a new winner on the men's side. We've had 3 different winners so far this season at the 3 previous events. Throwing down a big first turn, maybe overcooking it, was Carissa Moore.
Well, Laura Hanover said before that Carissa's been glued to her board, and she has been glued to her board for the entire Australian leg. That's the first time that she's mistimed something there, and you can tell that she really wanted it to happen.
She's trying to get a little more room on that final 5 coming into this event, number 5 in the world. Her first semifinal this season. Here comes Carissa, frontside wrap, soft shoulder, and a smart leave for Gilmore with priority. Situation not changing with 8:30 to go.
Carissa gets like another 6-5. It's going to make it so difficult for Steph, but she hung in there.
And now Steph committing to this wave through that stiff offshore, and nothing left on the shoulder.
Stephanie both not happy with that last rides, but this time I think this one could work out a bit differently for Carissa.
Carissa first turn on the shoulder, and now trying to get this inside track to really wall up for herself. Hard off the bottom, starts the carve nice and early. Nice read there for Carissa, getting that turn done nice and early, looking to a better a 4.83 with that win. The favorites who are proving themselves at main break. Last wave for Carissa Moore.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid wave, Joe. She gets some good work on this wave, and this last manoeuvre here, I'm just want to have a closer look at it. She sort of tucks under it a bit earlier, but it's a bit of a safety call. But this first turn here, watch this, Joe. She gets right up in the pocket and carves it. Yeah, so that was her best opening ride for sure, opening manoeuvre. And then there's this last one. That's real. That's Steph Gilmore just stretching out buckets of the ending. Look at this, Joe. Look at the bucket. Just massive. Oh, that's just classic Steph Gilmore. Styling, great technique.
Steph Gilmore is going to be happy to count this clock down. Will get her first win over Carissa at Margaret River and will feature in her first final here in the West.
Yeah, well, she had a whole bunch of quarterfinal finishes leading into this event, and for Carissa, it's another top 3 finish. Her position at the top is safe. It's still another, great result, really, when you're thinking about the big 5, the final 5.